Who likes to do the freaky deaky?
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. Victor Allen's new Sportz. Written, directed, and produced by Victor Allen, his unique fan base. U.S. Sportz, brought to you by the Bond and Black Man, representing Make-A-Wish. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the man the ladies have nicknamed Sexual Chocolate. Melt in your mouth, put it in your hands. Here's Vic. It's Vic. Yeah. Happy, happy, black and nappy. Yeah.
Right. This is where everybody walks out of the room because they said, you took me up here with this conversation, the previous segment, and now you're bringing me down to what? So we went from consciousness about identification.
Oh, man.
So now we're going to talk about what? Some sports? Is that it?
Jockstraps.
This is what I'm saying.
Sports bras.
Let me just go on and let me see what I want to talk
I like
about.
sports bras.
All right, I got to give my congrats out to the Chicago Blackhawks. Building that dynasty, got to give it to you. I would give them some Q&A questions about some hockey players, but I know they don't know their names, so I'm going to let them get a pass. So just say congratulations to the Chicago Blackhawks.
Congratulations.
There we go. There you go.
Yeah.
Building that dynasty, right?
Don't be paying some Indians. So I think they have a special deal with the Indians, but they paying them so they can pimp their image.
Hey, look, got to give it to them because they're building their dynasty. For a moment there, the Kings had something where it almost was going into a dynasty, but yeah, hey, it's not there.
Chicago was ready too. They had prepared
they was
for that
already
celebration.
Ready.
They have a lot of hot dogs ready, pizza,
all day,
and
man.
deep dish
ready.
pizza.
All day. Hey, look,
so good.
Chicago dogs.
So good.
We gotta go eat some junk tonight.
We got some news. Not too long ago, we had a segment in here after the Clippers tanked, right?
Tobacco.
They went down, and we had this thing where each of you, including me, and we picked a player, 3 players. I think we picked the center,
Crawford, Hawes.
We picked Hawes, Reddick, and Matt Barnes.
Oh, I thought it was Crawford. Okay.
No. We knew Crawford wasn't going nowhere.
Okay.
But we thought he could get leverage. Well, the news is today. I said somebody's going. I made my prediction who I think they will have to go for, who could leverage, who could be leveraged. So you guys just now know that the Clippers are waiting for Doc Rivers to make the decision. Everybody's waiting. And Matt Barnes and Spencer Hawes are going to Charlotte, and we get Lance Stevenson, who formerly used to be with the Indiana Pacers.
Yeah, I saw that it's done.
So if they say it's done, but they still saying the only person who has to ink it as the deal is really done officially is Doc Rivers. So everybody's waiting for the ink.
He would help to. That would be a good. Now where has he been in Charlotte?
He's been in Charlotte now. So
he's probably learned his lesson now.
Hey, look.
Well, we'll see.
But he didn't do too well over
blowing
in
in ears and things like that.
So
that's why they probably trading him for Matt Barnes.
Well, now think about it. They get a 7-footer.
Matt Barnes
also.
and Hawes.
They get a 7-footer. Their cap is tight.
Who they getting? Matt Barnes and who?
No, Charlotte's getting Spencer Hawes, the 7-footer.
Okay, yeah, he's
and
Matt Barnes.
And Matt Barnes. He brings that toughness.
That's still a good trade.
And they're bringing Lance back.
Yeah.
Because the money's even for those two and him.
All
money's
day.
Even. Yeah.
All day. And I'm going real fast because I know we ran long in the previous segment, but I had to acknowledge that. So you guys think Lance, he's the one that in the playoffs the year prior.
He was doing it.
He was doing
I
pretty
liked him
good.
in the Pacers. I mean, when he was with the Pacers, I really liked him.
Very credible.
And he's young.
And then he left and he lost his mind, blowing in LeBron's ear and all that type of weird stuff.
But now let's bring it over to what we
never blow with LeBron's ear.
Here we go. Here we go. Discipline. Lance is his own man. So I just want you to know that.
Here's a look that shows him being his own man.
We'll see how
in a Charlotte uniform right there. He looks like he's pleading his case.
Yeah.
But I think it's a smart move for the Clippers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it definitely helps them.
Because now they can bring in that mid-level player because their cap space is out the window,
gone.
and they don't have a draft pick because of little Doc.
And they don't have depth.
Yeah, so maybe the mid-level player, Paul Pierce, or somebody like that.
Yeah, they need athleticism. They need somebody who can break down. What did they find out on Cleveland this year? As they're still going through, they have a chance to win the championship here, of course. Still, that once LeBron, you take the ball out of LeBron's hand, they don't really have any ballers that take you off the dribble can really break you down, really.
Right.
So the Clippers have to deal with the same thing, and I always say youth serves the interest of the Clippers. So Rivers, Doc's son, is going to stay there. Jamal Crawford is too much of a best sixth man. They want.
Well, he may be. He didn't have the. He he needs to turn around to not get traded. He can easily get traded to me.
Yes, he can. He can be leveraged, but they want more from him.
Yeah, because he didn't really bring it, and the question is, you want to choose to get rid of him a year too early,
right,
rather than a year too late.
And we got to see what happens with DJ.
Right.
What decision he makes since he's free agent.
Right.
So.
I'm going to give you guys a toss-up on this. You got two subjects here. I'm going to let you guys sit back and make the decision. I'm just hanging around.
Okay.
You get to pick the Mount Rushmore of NBA basketball. You get 4 players. You pick that, or the best athletes are in boxing versus UFC.
I'd rather Mount Rushmore.
You want to go Mount Rushmore?
I'll leave it up to Michelle.
That's
She
fine.
likes.
Okay.
Mount is fine.
All right. Okay. This is what.
It's hard.
It's hard.
Picking 4 players is very hard.
Now I'm gonna tell you this. So far, to give you guys a heads up.
You have them up here?
Give you guys a heads up. The 2 names that are on everybody's list. It's almost
Michael Jordan
and Magic.
Yeah.
Magic, Michael Jordan are constantly on everybody's first 2 Mount Rushmore. So now I can spit off some names and let you guys ponder this for a little while, and you let me know, and I'll drop some names just to let you know. You got Bill Russell with 11 NBA titles. Mm-hmm. You have Larry Bird, who of course has several. Well, let's say he had about, I think, 3 or 4 titles himself, and he was prolific, and he was a sharpshooter, and he was dangerous. You also have Wilt Chamberlain, 100 points in a game, and averaged 50 points a game in one season. Oscar Robertson, who averaged a full year triple-double. Wow. Then you have Shaquille O'Neal. You have some others that you could break down and go in. So I'm going to let you guys, and the one that I haven't included, because they're now talking about this. Should LeBron be on that Mount Rushmore? Because
Michael Jordan said no.
Yes.
They have different ones up here.
Right, they got
people
Kobe,
have been making fun of them.
And that's cold, man. That's wrong. That's just wrong. That's wrong. So here it is. All you have to do is this. Do you guys agree that just put Michael Jordan and Magic,
yeah,
because he changed? These are game changers. Magic, the first 6'9", 5 championships.
Well,
So,
tell you the truth, I can't start that way because of the people that you mentioned. I have to actually start
old school?
a different place.
That's fine
to me, and then you have to fill in because as good as Magic is, he cannot be allowed to eclipse Chamberlain or Russell on this list. As good as he is, as good as he was.
Okay.
He just doesn't eclipse Chamberlain or Russell on this list. You can make a big different debate with Oscar Robertson, according to me. But to me, Chamberlain and Russell go in before Magic and Jordan. Then Jordan comes in now, to me. And to me, I'm one of those ones. People gonna fall out their seat. You have to put Larry Bird in 1 iota of an inch ahead of Magic. I'm sorry. Based on the numbers and a bunch of stuff. When it came down to it. Okay, to me. Because they're both going in to me, but they go in almost so neck and neck to me. As you could debate, but again, if there's certain numbers, I don't know. So to me, I actually have to do it a different way. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
And that's why, because to me, as great as Magic is, he can't bump Wilt. He doesn't bump Wilt. There's nobody who bumps Wilt. Period. Okay.
Now, even with Bill Russell's 11 championships,
even because it has to do with how much they changed the game and how legendary their athleticism. Still. And you could argue me, but still, as far as I know, no one else has scored over 100 points in a game.
Right. Right.
Okay, so the fact that some of that stuff stands, like again, they're my people, but maybe you have to take Mount Rushmore and make it like 7 faces.
Nope, 4.
See, because
no, that's what I thought too. 7. I thought 7.
Because to me, I go like I don't.
Too easy.
It's too. Well, it is hard because
still kind of hard with 7.
It's really hard. It's really hard because to me, LeBron doesn't get to go on there just because he's too new.
What about Kobe?
No, he's way too new. They don't. Who are they gonna bump?
It's amazing what everybody.
Who they gonna bump?
I'm saying.
See, to me, Kobe and LeBron and them, you could have a debate now when you get to the Magic versus Larry Bird.
Maybe there should
but then
be
you have
old
to compare
school, new school Mount Rushmore.
Right, but don't you have to compare? If you
Old
have to
school,
compare the Magic, don't you have to compare Kobe and LeBron specifically to Magic to me, not to Wilt or to Russell.
Right.
You're not going to bump either one of them.
Right.
So when you go Kobe versus Magic,
Right.
or Kobe versus Bird,
Right.
which one of those are not getting in there?
Right.
Or Kobe, there's a few other people. Like I said, and so to me, no, they don't get there because to me, Bird gets in.
Okay,
I'm
now
sorry.
let me give you a heads up on Kobe's choices, and that way we can get your 4. Kobe put in Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic, and Bill Russell. That's his. So he didn't include himself.
Isn't that interesting?
So now let me just say, Mario, you gave me Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell, and who else?
I said Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell,
The idea that he's not putting Jordan in, that's the one he should.
Michael Jordan. I said he was 3. Remember, I said he was 3. I said he was my 3.
Yeah.
Now, when I get to the 4, though, it's very interesting because I gotta.
Bird?
I have trouble with Bird versus Magic.
See?
I because they're so neck and neck to me. They're so neck and neck to me.
Magic went to 9 title games, championship, tournaments. 9, 1, 5, 9.
And Kareem got hurt and he played center.
See,
and
you
they've
got
been talking
Kareem in
about
here
that.
somewhere,
He played
too.
all positions
Right,
in that
because you
game
do.
and won
How
the
about the
championship.
Celtics? It was still the presence, Larry Bird and the Celtics.
Right.
To me,
See, that's what I said.
there's too many championships.
Old school versus new
See, this
There's
is why
too
I
many
make-
championships.
So, Mario, you actually was edging in Bird on your 4. You seemed like you were edging.
Well, I after I go Chamberlain, Russell,
right.
then I go Jordan.
Right.
Then I probably go. For me, it gets harder, but I probably go. Kareem. See, Kareem to
He
me.
changed the game too.
Kareem trumps Bird and Magic to me.
Right.
Some people would say no, but to me he does.
He's the
Kareem
only
trumps Bird and Magic.
Well, Kareem got upset because who didn't put him on the Mount Rushmore? Was it LeBron didn't put him on his Mount? Somebody. I mean, he went off.
Everybody's gonna get mad.
Kareem got to fight for everything.
Everybody.
No, Kareem fought for his statue in front of Staples.
That's your fault that you wouldn't know how to be social and speak to people. In other words, that's meeting self. I just get out the way. I get out of the way.
Let me tell you what
I support Kareem,
Kareem
but he was nobody's friend.
He is the only 19-time All NBA. 19 times. Wow. You know how many?
I think my list makes sense. Remember, look how I pieced through it. And I put, one could argue whether Jordan goes ahead of Kareem. See, you could argue with that. But so it gets to be a weird team. Notice who I got there, and I have really logic because I go who bumps who.
And
Bird or Magic, neither of them bump Kareem to me. Neither one. Only Jordan you could argue.
And here's the bad thing about Kareem. Part of his time he served in the NBA and Wilt Chamberlain. The rules didn't allow them to slam. They actually changed the rules, especially for Kareem. Now,
right.
Kareem, they didn't allow them to do slam dunks, so they don't have the highlight films of all that.
Okay.
So Wilt and Kareem revolutionized the game in such a way that they changed the rules, especially for Wilt, because he was the first big man. He was like the Shaquille O'Neal of his time.
Right.
So on one hand, you always say who's the game changers. So I can understand Wilt being the game changer. No one ever seen Michael Jordan do what he did at his size, but they can look at Dr. J and say, we saw somebody fly before. So you get to see that. And Kareem is the next big man. So he has longevity. Then you get to what they call the biggest point guard we've ever seen in our life, and that's Magic Johnson. Because as far as we're concerned, point guards were down here. Mm-hmm. Nate Archibald, all these Iversons. Here's a 6'9" point guard, could pass, do everything, and just made everybody better.
Play center, do
so
everything.
You have all
and
these
the fact that Larry Bird fought him to one could debate these.
Right.
Okay, I'm sorry. Just like Dennis Johnson to me.
Yeah.
Going to go in the Hall of Fame because as I remember it, wasn't Dennis Johnson the little short guy who gave Magic Johnson
defense?
Hell.
Defense.
Gave Magic Johnson hell in 2 series that I remember.
Right.
Where I was so sick of Dennis Johnson, who was seemed like he was half Magic size, right?
Oh, he was.
But he was in Magic's ass.
Right.
I'm sorry.
He was.
The whole series. We forget. He'll be in the Hall of Fame too. But still, we can't include these people in that list.
Right.
But and you notice you still left off some other ones. So
that's why.
I go.
It's hard.
Michelle?
The 4 people.
What's your 4?
And this isn't in a specific
No
order.
order. Don't have to worry about the order.
So Magic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put Kobe in there.
Boo. Boo.
Michael Jordan.
Michael, okay, MJ.
Wow, Kareem, Wilt, Bill Russell. Man,
It's hard, isn't it? It is unbelievable.
sheesh.
And we don't have the benefit of watching players play in their time.
Right.
Oscar Robertson, the only one to average a triple-double the whole season. We give accolades now on when somebody
The
does
whole
it.
season?
The whole season, he averaged a triple-double.
Okay, I think I'm gonna put Oscar Robertson
See,
on
that's-
the list.
that's
Why are you so susceptible to people quoting shit?
No, I mean that's a hell of a stat.
The whole season now.
I mean,
Every game.
you have to think about time. Okay, yeah, Wilt scored 100 points. What was the situation? What was going on? Was it like it is now?
But
You
that's
know,
the answer to that
yeah.
always is no. No matter who
Right.
you say
But
it,
he
right?
didn't have to do the 3-pointers, so that's
if-
pretty impressive. There were no 3-point
If you
shots
wait
at that
10
time.
years, you could have the argument again, right? See,
Right.
the point is, you could have that argument.
But like
forever.
Victor said, it's hard not being in that situation, watching those players play. And then, unless you're a Kobe or somebody that studied the game, he probably studied from when basketball started on up, to mimic for his game.
Right.
So he knows those players. I didn't see Wilt play.
I mean, and there's individual moments where those people were leaving them off the list, even though they were Phi Slamma Jamma, which eventually was Clyde Drexler and Olajuwon.
Mm-hmm.
To just even forget where they come in somewhere.
Right.
They're in the next tier.
Right.
See, they're not there, but they are in that next tier.
Mm-hmm.
There's the next tier is awesome people.
It is really difficult.
Because remember, when you realize you're leaving, where you leaving Olajuwon.
So what's the
Clyde Drexler.
Bill Russell stats?
11 titles, more than anyone as a player ever in the history of the NBA. 11.
11 titles, and he contributed to those titles.
He was the center. He went up against. He's a few years, about 3 to 4 years ahead of Wilt
He
Chamberlain.
schooled
They
Jabbar. I
played
saw him
each
play
other.
Jabbar.
And they played.
He schooled him?
Lakers.
I mean, you can go look at the Sports Illustrated articles.
They beat the Lakers, the Boston Celtics, several times. Always knocked out the Lakers, the Bill Russell, Red Auerbach days. And it took Wilt Chamberlain to be traded from Philadelphia to come over to the Lakers to win that championship in his later
That's
years.
what it took to do it.
This is the one thing that LeBron won't have unique about. Wilt Chamberlain took a title at the 76ers and won at the Lakers, like Kareem won at the Bucks and won at the Lakers. Who's going to be the first to do it at 3 teams? So that won't be unique to LeBron.
Because there'll be 2.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so you and it's hard to give somebody. He's the most athletic, most talented, maybe if you look at it that way. But it's hard to give somebody who's already lost. He says, well, if he don't win this championship, he's like, what? It's going to be 3-3 or something like that.
Right.
So everybody has this argument about who revolutionized the game. I'm not going to lie to you. Some people quit early. Michael, the argument you could say, could he have had 8? Could he have had more?
Well, Magic quit early.
Yeah, well, yeah, the same. So you have all these conditions. All I know is that to me, the 2 names that everybody keeps including, because they change right now.
Magic
When you
and
had
Jordan.
Magic and Bird come from college into the NBA, they set the tone for the greatest rivalry in basketball. So the
Right.
championships are going
I'm
like
trying
this.
to remember now with
Back and
Jordan,
forth.
it was a little different, but Bird definitely had problems the year before he retired.
Right.
But he had a lot of
Yeah.
problems with his back.
Yes.
See, a bunch of them were starting to have things. I'm not sure. Magic, to me, I thought also was having some issues already, too.
Well, the team that the last time that they played with Michael and them
I
took
don't
him
know
out,
about Jordan.
you're right, they had injuries on the Lakers.
Well, Jordan, didn't he leave, go try to play baseball and come
2
back
years.
or something?
That's 2 years from when the
but we
Houston
didn't
Rockets
retire
won
because
the
of
title.
injuries, though. If I don't.
No.
But at the time they retired, to me, Bird definitely had injuries, and I think Magic was having problems too.
Yeah, because
He certainly wasn't performing the same.
Yeah, because of course the HIV thing.
Yeah,
he the
sick
whole,
and all
right, the
that,
whole thing.
stress.
That's what I said. To me, the part that they said, Wilt, to me, because he's not getting it, they're giving Bill Russell. They go like this. They went head to head. So do you give it to the person who went and lost a whole bunch of championships versus the person who won a lot? That's why Bill Russell, we haven't seen him play, and he was really 6'9". He was like a Dennis Rodman. So the issue you got here is, did he have a better team of players around him that made him better?
So did he?
And he did, but when he went up against Wilt, he couldn't stop Wilt for nothing. I watched the games. He just could not do nothing with
Nobody
Wilt
can stop him.
Nobody. So I see Wilt Chamberlain like Mario does. I see Wilt Chamberlain because you average 50 points a game, a whole year, 50 points.
He did dribble the
That's
length
just-
of the whole
that's-
court,
that's-
and the last
right.
part of his career, he was just coasting.
But that's something, because okay, so you're saying Bill Russell won the championships, but he couldn't stop Wilt, so you're giving it to
One-on-one.
Wilt.
I'm saying the game changer. Bill Russell was already in the league.
So let me ask you something on that
Player
same
coach,
vein.
too.
On that same vein. A lot of the commentators and the sports commentators right now, and I think they may be putting something in the air, but they're trying to say win or lose, LeBron James gets the MVP of
Yeah.
the finals.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up.
Okay, so what do you think?
I think they ran out of subject material and needed to create a storyline before you get to the championship, the end of it, and say, well, we're going to give the losing team's player, if he loses, the MVP, even if Golden State wins the title.
Well, they did it for Jerry West.
Yes, they did.
And they've done it
Yes,
for
they did.
other.
If you vote the most valuable player, I just believe you should vote the most valuable player, and that I don't believe in the other little rules. But they have a
So
bunch
win
of
or
rules.
lose, if you're the most valuable player.
See, to me, I have trouble. Either see, that's where I go. I have trouble define. I'm kind of more simple. Either you're the most valuable player or you're not. So what does being on the winning team
Right.
have to be with being the most valuable player? Or else just define it differently.
Right.
Okay.
Then say the most valuable player on the winning team.
Okay.
The reason why you won't say that, because that's not what you really want it to be. Or you want it to be to seem like it's open, but choose it from the winning team. See, I hate shit like that. Either call it the most valuable player from the winning team and own up to the fact that you're putting those rules in, or let it be the most valuable player and let it fall where it falls
And
celebrate that history.
And the title is not sexy. I actually look at it as that they're saying they can give him the award the most productive player. And I could take that because he is the most productive player on his team. But really, MVP is it's that part where you're the most valuable on the team that also the result is that you won. You won the
Well,
championship.
that's their definition.
And
Remember,
so-
everybody, again, a lot of us
It's
don't
totally
accept
different.
that.
I know. That's why I said
It
everybody.
doesn't make sense because then I go call it the most valuable player
Right.
of the winning team.
And that's
And they will all
and
object
want
to
it-
that.
And the writers don't want to do it. They don't
So
want to do
then
it.
you want to lie and
who
mislead
saw
the
the
public.
Jerry West? Did you see the game when Jerry West won
I'm
it
sure I
and,
did.
and he
Yes.
lost?
I'm sure I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw. I've
So-
seen it on.
I'm sure
Who
I
should have
did.
gotten it?
See, that's the whole
On
thing.
There's
on
been
the
other
winning
times.
team, who shouldn't have?
There's
who
been
should
other
have gotten
times
it?
where there were
Right.
other people who should have gotten it. To me, I just can't name them right now. But there are other ones where
On the losing team, they should have
yes,
gotten it.
there's historically there's probably a bunch of these where people would pull it forward and say,
Right.
well, what about this?
Right.
What about that?
Right.
Yes.
Look, you know what the thing about it is? They have voters. You can vote whatever you want. And if you happen to be a voter, a writer, and you vote that way, you get to vote that way. No one's saying that.
So these commentators get to vote.
yeah.
The question is, does that offer it as legitimacy?
That's true.
Yeah.
I would say that's wonderful, but that doesn't make it legitimate, right?
It's like politics. You vote for a president, but they
Exactly.
never deliver, right?
They may not be legitimate. It's like the people say that we're still waiting for Obama to do something different in his final term.
see,
I'm waiting
They
too.
still keep
See?
hope alive.
Something
They still,
different.
They
That's
still
why I
have
said
hope.
Something different. A
They still have
change.
some hope.
You
I'm still
still
waiting
vote.
on the
A change
change.
gonna come.
I still haven't seen that
Change gonna
change.
come.
I told you guys you get to vote,
Fair
right?
change.
Change gonna come.
Right. Whatever makes you feel good. You know what? I had to end sports, and I'm gonna leave the UFC and everything for the next week because I knew this
So
was gonna run long.
I just noticed something.
What?
Is this for the women watching? You got your shirt open, looking all sexy. What's going on? This for the women?
Yeah, I actually had a couple of the women from down at the nursery tell me.
That's right. Victor Allen's got his shirt open for all the fans of New Sports. If you want to see him in his jockstrap, tune in weekly. Victor Allen's New Sports, girding his loins in an iron shot.
I didn't know that.
Just for the ladies.
I really didn't know that.
Yes.
I got a couple of
Come see the jewels.
You sure it's not the convalescent home?
Anoint the jewels.
I just thought it, I
Rub
they
the
told me-
shaft and make a wish.